We're now going to talk about ring groups, which is a standard feature across the full range of Samsung telephone systems. We have a number of types of ring groups that we can establish. The first is a circular group. We would use this where you wish to spread the workload equally between a group of people that you have answering inbound phone calls. Let's, for argument's sake, say that we have 3 people within a ring group, circular ring group. First call of the day would go to Agent 1. Second call of the day would go to Agent 2. Third call to Agent 3. Fourth call back to Agent 1. So what we're doing there is we're evenly spreading the workload between the group of people. But it is more sophisticated than that because we have tools like wrap-up time. You might, for argument's sake, say to us, when an agent has finished receiving a call, as they hang up from the call, they've got a bit of wrap-up paperwork or completing of a database to do, in which case you might want us to temporarily knock that agent out of the ring group for, say, 20 seconds of wrap-up time. We also have features available like automatic logout. So if, for example, a call came into a group, Agent 1 took the call first, the second call comes in, rings at Agent 2's phone. Having answered the call, the third call comes in, this time rings at Agent 3's phone, but doesn't get answered. The system can be set to automatically knock an unanswered agent out of the group, and then when that agent gets back from break, it's up to them to log themselves back into the group or not. Incidentally, that doesn't have to be turned on, so if you don't wish to give your agents the ability to log themselves in or out of the group, we can leave that as a tool purely for your supervisory staff to use. The second type of group that we have available is called a sequential ring group. And this is where you say to us, well, on this particular phone number, I wish it to a sequential group, and the reason being that we've always got a preferred person to answer that type of phone call. So calls would always go to Agent 1 and only ever ring at Agent 2's phone if Agent 1 either fails to answer the phone call or alternatively is already on a phone call. And again, Agent 3 in the group would seldom get calls unless the other 2 users are A, busy on calls, or B, fail to answer. Again, within a sequential ring group, we have the ability to set auto logout, and again, we have the ability to set wrap-up time. Finally, the sort of ring group that most people are familiar with is where we have an unconditional ring group. And if you had 3 members of an unconditional ring group, when a call comes into the group, all of those phones will ring simultaneously, and it's a fastest finger first exercise. So whoever grabs the call, it's their call. Quite often, customers will ask us to set a circular ring group. If unanswered at a circular ring group, it may well flow to an unconditional ring group, which possibly has the same members within that unconditional ring group, and they would answer the call. Let's now look at that in practice and take that forward to include a standard feature across the Samsung range called automatic call distribution, specifically aimed really at call centres, which of course don't have to be big.